Greetings and salutations, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well today. Well, it's -10 in upstate New York, and I decided, hey, what better to do than sit in my nice warm studio and get some Dogman encounters out for you guys. Now, I hope you guys are just as warm as I am, and if not, please, when you see this, jump to the nearest warm place and listen to it and warm up. And before I get in with these encounters, I've got a couple of links to share with you. As you know, I rely on my Patreon, my PayPal, and my merch to help this channel continue to grow and go. Those links are in the description below. I also have a second channel for creepypasta, fanfiction, and scary voice acting. Stories that don't fit on this channel. Now, if that's anything that you're into, follow that link below and give them a listen. You may just like what you hear. And with that, guys, let's get on with these Dogman sightings/encounters. Shall we? Today's first Dogman sighting/encounter. My son concentrated on his driving, focusing on the road as his close friend sat in the front passenger seat. Suddenly, his friend exclaimed, Look! What is that? What is that?" My son didn't lift up his eyes to see it because he wanted to stay on the road. His buddy pointed to where it went, so my son quickly swung his truck around and illuminated the area with his off-road lights and headlights. His friend described what he saw as running like a wolf, but not a wolf. He said it was big like a bear, but not a bear. He also said it was long-haired and lighter in color than a brown bear. He said it was gray in color. They sat there for a minute or so, staring into the darkness. Suddenly, something, another one, pushed the truck from behind, making it slide along the muddy, snowy road a short distance. They both whipped their heads around to only see blackness of the night out the rear window. Today's second Dogman sighting/encounter. I opened the back door and was looking out into the darkness at this point. I was about to step out when I saw a pair of eyes looking back at me out of the darkness. From the top of my head in the trailer to the ground is around 7+ feet or so. And here is a set of eyes looking at me level and square on. I'm like, darn, coyote must be on a small gravel hill. We used to pave the road, or it's a bird on a mesquite bush. But I was thinking to myself, that monsoon was awful bad and it rained hard. What kind of bird would hunker down on a mesquite bush, and why would a coyote be out in a downpour? So I'm raising my rifle and I draw a bead on the eyes when lightning lights up the night. All of a sudden, the lightning illuminates the small gravel hill that's like 6 feet high and surrounded by mesquite bushes. The light winks out as fast as it appeared from the lightning, though. There was nothing on the gravel hill and no bird on the mesquite bushes. Then it dawned on me. Whatever it was very tall and was still staring at me. A sense of dread crept over me all of a sudden, as I realized that the .30-30 only had one measly bullet, and if I missed, there was no way I'd be able to reload before it was on me. I kept the gun pointed at it as I quickly closed the door. I locked the door, realizing this trailer would never withstand whatever it was out there, if it had decided to attack. Today's third Dogman sighting/encounter. As we left, I saw a Rottweiler walking on its hind legs straight to the middle of our camp. It was easily 5 feet tall and had bright orange eyes. I freaked out and screamed as it was running at us, still standing up. It disappeared into the bush after we turned the corner. Later on at our camp, an old man with his face covered up with hair visited us and acted very strange. We ran out of drinks, so a friend and I decided to head out on foot. No car, a friend had to take it home. We saw a car as it approached. It slowed down to a halt, and the same man asked if we wanted a ride. We said no, because by this time my friends had told me the man was possibly a dogman or werewolf or skinwalker. He grabbed my arm and pulled me by the car and looked straight at me. As my friend ran up to grab me, the man took off in his car. Today's fourth Dogman sighting/encounter. 4 Gallup, New Mexico youths allegedly encountered what they called a dogman/werewolf along the side of a road near Whitewater one day in January 1970 when they were on the way to Zuni. It managed to keep pace with their car, which was traveling about 45 miles an hour. One witness reported it was about 5'7", and I was surprised it could go as that fast. At first, I thought my friends were playing a joke on me, but when I found out they weren't, I was scared. We rolled up the windows real fast and locked the doors of the car. I started driving faster, about 60, but it was hard because that highway had a lot of sharp turns. Someone finally got out a gun and shot at it. I know it got hit and it fell down, but there was no blood. I know it couldn't be a person because people can't move that fast. Today's 5th Dogman encounter/sighting. My sister was driving down Baseline Road and passed a park. She saw a very large dog sitting in the park and paid it no attention. But then she saw that it was starting to run after her car. She said it stayed right with her on the driver's side and didn't seem to want to give up. She floored the gas and was going really fast, and the dog kept up. Finally, she lost it. She looked in the rearview mirror, and the dog stood on its hind legs and walked back across the road. She vowed never to be in that area again at night. She said a short time after that, a friend was driving to her house down Baseline and saw the same creature. It chased her also and walked on 2 legs. Today's 6th Dogman sighting/encounter. One night I was out in the woods hunting around 1 a.m. and found this weird mangled deer carcass near a tree. About an hour and 50 minutes later, I was walking back to my truck when I saw that it was shaking violently, so I readied my rifle. I then saw that it was this bear-like creature shaking my truck. It stood up on its hind legs and growled at me before running off into the woods. When I got a look at the creature, it had long arms and claws were around 3 inches long. It had pointed ears like a German shepherd, muscular shoulders and legs, and a wolf-like snout with a short nub of a tail. Today's 7th Dogman sighting/encounter. About a mile past Route 607 overpass, I saw something ahead of me on the right. The best I can describe it is that it looked like a huge black dog standing on its back legs off the shoulder at the edge of the woods. I slowed down because the person in front of me was looking at it as well. There's no doubt that it was there. As I drove by, the beast just disappeared. It was so quick, though, I suppose it could have stepped back into the woods. I was in shock, I believe. I flashed my headlights in order to draw attention to the driver, I believe was a woman, to possibly pull over so I could ask her what she saw. She sped up and continued on her way. I know for a fact that others on the highway had seen it. It looked to be at least 7 feet tall with a huge head that looked like a German shepherd. All the hair was black, the body was tapered at the torso, so you could see it kind of looked like the werewolves in the movies. 7 Dogman sighting/encounters to keep you warm on this cold winter day. I hope you guys enjoyed these encounters, and I'm working on something for tomorrow. This weekend I'm taking a break. I'm going out of town with my wife, 13-year wedding anniversary. So with that, guys, I bid you farewell, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for all your support.